the loop. Two very big words.
Welcome back, everybody. So the liberals are at it again. And so I went to the Tulsa rally, the Trump rally, and I really can't believe that the liberals are doing this again. They did it with the inauguration. They did it with all kinds of Trump rally events. They did it when he went, to Europe for an event. They were like, no one showed up, and it's like, why would they show up? They're Europeans. You know what I'm saying? So I went there. I was there. And they're circulating these images of nobody showing up. They say the Tulsa Fire Department says that the Trump rally attendance was about 6,200. Now, I know for a fact that's not true because I was there. I counted with my fingers at least 60,000 people. And it's one of those things where, like, we would have had more, but there were these protesters. There was just this person, when I was walking into the Tulsa event, when I was, in line and stuff, and I was waiting, I got my ticket. I had my burr, and I was ready to go. And I saw this lady just sitting down on the sidewalk, and it really did cause like a giant, like she was trespassing. And then the cops showed up, and everyone was scared, and people were like, oh no, or the Antifa's coming, And it's like, I thought the Antifas were coming. At one point, I heard a gunshot. I wasn't sure, if that was an Antifa that was threatening to shoot me. I really just didn't know. And it turns out that was like, that was some, like, someone dropping something. It was some loud thing on the sidewalk. But it was one of those things where it's like, I know when I was outside of the arena, I counted with my hands at least 60,000 people. So I don't know how many people could fit into the arena. I heard that only about 20, maybe 30,000 could sit in the arena. You could probably squeeze 40,000 in there. If you really wanted to, if people did, if there was, any sort of reasoning to do so. But it was one of those things where, like, I went there to see Trump. I haven't seen Trump in a while. He's been off a tour for a while, and it's just one of those things where, again, I was listening to Trump talk, and you can kind of hear this on the cameras. You hear people screaming in the background, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, and it's like, all lives matter, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get you, like, I understand, like, you want your whole thing, and that's really when it comes down to liberals, is they just want their own thing. Everybody wants their own thing. You got Black Lives Matter, you got LGBTQ, LW, X, Y, and Z, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, all these people, they want their own thing, they want to feel special, and they want to get those participation trophies, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, you got to really understand that you got to be mature about it. It's like all lives matter. Of course, Black lives matter, but it's like, that's not the point. The point is that all lives matter, especially, and I just want to give a little quick salute to the boys in blue at the Tulsa fire, the Tulsa Police Department. Again, they really dealt with a lot of the threats pretty easily. They saw this little girl sitting on the sidewalk. They just beat the shit out of her. It was great. And they were just like, I saw that there was this military, there's like National Guard deployed or whatever, and I thought that was amazing. I thought it was just beautiful to watch people defend President Trump with their lives. And thankfully, none of the liberals, none of the Democrats, the far left radical Democrats, none of them came in. I know that this one was trying to come in, but the cops dealt with her. I actually met someone at the Tulsa rally, and I was gonna make a video about it, but my phone ran out of battery, so I couldn't make a video. But I met someone, and they had this Confederate flag, and I wanted to ask them about that because there's been in the news a lot. The people talking about the Confederate statues and the flag, and how it's racist and all that. It's like, obviously it's not racist. There's like half of the country that was in the Confederacy for it's one of those things where it's like they were in the Confederacy probably like their entire lives, and then they had they gave birth to a child, and then that child gave birth to like my grandpappy, you know what I'm saying? So it's like one of those things where it's like, this is still deep in our heritage. People don't really understand how deep it goes, the Confederacy. I'm in North Carolina right now, and I can tell you this right now, my governor, our Democrat, KKK Democrat governor was like, yo, we're going to move some of these statues. And I was like, oh, hell no, you ain't, Roy Cooper, you fucking Democrat. So then I signed a petition, I circulated it, I sent it on an email to my friends and family. So that guy, Roy Cooper, if you live in North Carolina, please, for the love of hell, vote out Roy Cooper. I just cannot stand that Democrat far left stooge. He is I saw this report that Roy Cooper was actually in bed with Biden. They actually met up and they were like, yo, I'm Roy, and then I'm like, the other Biden, and then Joe Biden fell asleep, and then Roy Cooper just started steering the wheel, and it was like, what? I had no idea that the Democrat Party was this, it's incestuous, you know what I'm saying? And, no offense to my good friends from Alabama, but it's just like one of those things where, like, they all fuck each other, they all are each other. Look at the Kennedys, you know what I mean? The Kennedys up in Massachusetts, right? Like the Kennedys up there, they all look the same. They literally look like they're robots, like taken out of a laboratory in China or something. So I feel like the Kennedys came out, and then now China, like, they brought together the Wuhan flu or whatever. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, about the Trump rally, I saw a few clips, people circulating when Trump was talking about moving the military in, and people are like, oh, Trump's gonna kill everybody. It's like, the thing about these liberal snowflakes that they don't understand is that they don't have any sort of balls. They don't have anything. They might have guns. Some of them have guns, borrowing some of the conservative principles. And I know back up in Seattle, they got guns. They got a border up in there. Really weird. I saw that they were trying to construct a border wall. I wonder why the Democrats would want to construct a border wall all of a sudden. I thought the walls didn't work, right? But I saw up there in the Seattle zone, and of course, recently the Seattle zone has had this whole big thing. People are getting shot. Who knows what's going on? Obviously, we don't know what's going on because the cops aren't there, and that's the only way we can get eyes on the ground. But it's one of those things where these lefties, these liberals, they know. They keep saying, oh, shit, they're trying to kill us. They want a military to kill us all. We know when the military rolls up in Seattle, we know for a fact y'all are going to shit your pants and cry immediately. You ain't going to fire back. You ain't going to do anything. You might seem like you're tough shit, but liberals are liberals. Snowflakes are snowflakes. We all know. They're just going to cry. They're going to poop themselves, and then they're just going to run away. So I don't, like, the thing about the military coming in is that's not going to kill anybody. No one's going to get killed. They're just going to come in. They're going to move the freaking walls, by the way, probably move them down south where they should be. And it's just like, it's just one of those things. It's totally reasonable. Just bring the military into city blocks. It's just a totally reasonable thing when people just decide, well, we had this park, and it's like, I used to go to that park. I know people used to go to that park, and now all of a sudden they're trying to turn it into a farmland. It's like, this ain't North Carolina, this is Washington, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't live in rural North Carolina. I'm like, I can grow a tulip and I can grow a tomato in the same land, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, these people don't know how to farm. You look at their garden and things are dying. They don't know what they're doing. There's just a mass murder. I thought they hated murder. I thought they said, all life is sacred except for except for the baby lives. But, they're killing all these plants, you know what I'm saying? I even saw, again, this one screenshot where it's like they were begging for soy products. I really don't understand what's going on in Chaz. But, it's one of those things where Trump was talking about it and people started circulating it. Oh, he's going to bring in the military. He wants to kill. And it's like, nobody wants to kill jack shit. Nobody wants to kill anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily shed a tear if a liberal snowflake Democrat were to somehow get caught in a crossfire. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of those things where, like, we're not crazy. Like, the Democrats are crazy. You got far-left radical Jay Inslee. I remember when he ran for the president, he was talking about how, like, climate is going to change and how, we got to do this new Green Deal and how, all that kind of stuff. He was basically, I think it was like Bernie Sanders actually took from Jay Inslee's new Green Deal program, something like that. And, it's one of those things where it's like, I really just can't believe that these far left radicals are really taking over our country. And President Trump is trying to do his best. He's trying to go out there, send a military, send a message. And the Democrats are like, leave us alone, leave us alone. Like, are they trying to secede? And then meanwhile, they're tearing down Confederate statues trying to secede from the country. It's like, what do you think the Confederates were trying to do? And, and I get it, some people like to say that, like, oh, it's about slavery. But no, there's really the thing about it's really one of those things where it's like the Confederacy was really just a lost cause. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, sure, there were some racists in there. And there was a lot of things were a different time back then. But, it's just one of those things where, like, you don't want to judge a book by the cover. You don't want a bad apple to ruin the bunch. You know what I'm, like, like that cop that murdered Mr. George or whatever. That cop might have not been a great guy. That doesn't mean that every cop's not a great guy. That just means that that cop's not a great guy. And it's just one of those things where, again, just because a few Confederates were like, I own a bunch of slaves and I want to fight for slavery, doesn't mean that they all are fighting for slavery. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's just one of those things where liberal lefty snowflakes, they just like are so obsessed with the Democrat Party. They just don't understand that for every statue is toppled, that means like another like vote for Donald Trump. 4 more years, liberals, that's what I'm saying. 4 more years of wearing a red hats. 4 more years of making liberals cry. All the Democrats crying all day, crying up and down, crying all around like a bunch of clowns. You know what I'm saying? It's just unbelievable. And again, thank you for watching, y'all. It's just one of those things where, I went to go support President Trump, and I know for a fact that there were more than 6,000 people, and the liberals are going to try to say there was only 6,000. And even then, if there were only 6,000 people, I thought the corona flu, whatever you want to call it, I thought the COVID, I thought it was going to, I thought you're going to kill everybody. So why are you mad that only 6,000 people showed up if 6,000 people showed up? Now, again, obviously those numbers aren't correct, but it's just one of those things. Like, what does the fire department know? The fire department wasn't there. I saw maybe a few people that were wearing the yellow and orange stripes, but I didn't see anybody from the fire department. I didn't know anybody. I knew some people in Tulsa. I was staying at a friend's house, and they don't know anybody at the fire department that was there. So it's just one of those things where, again, I just don't know what's happening. You don't know what's happening. Nobody knows what's happening except I do, and I was there. There were more than 6,000 people, so the liberals can cry about it, just like the inauguration. The liberals can cry. They're going to cry. They cry all the dang time. And you just got to understand that liberalism is a mental disorder. You know what I'm saying, man? And, again, give me a like if you agree. Share this video to all your friends. I really want to build more of a MAGA-based community in here because, like, again, and Lord have mercy for what I'm about to say, right? Lord have mercy. But if they manage to actually make, cheat the election or whatever that they plan on doing, if they manage to do that, we got to build our community now because we got to fight back. If President Trump isn't, the president again next year by this time, we got to fight back. We can't let the liberal Democrats take this, I'm just saying. And it's like, God dang. And, thank you for watching this video. I want to try to make more Liberty Loops on Sunday because Sunday's God's Day. And I was like, I got to celebrate God's Day while talking about God. And by God, I mean President Trump. So send me a message if you agree. If you send me a message if you disagree, I won't censor you because I'm not a snowflake. I believe in the First Amendment. And I won't censor you, but I will make fun of you if a radical Antifa posts in my comments. I will make fun of you. I'll call you a snowflake. I'll call you a liberal. I'll tell you about how you Democrats are ruining the country and how your city's run by your Democrats. Why are you so upset? The Democrats are in the city council. Why are you so mad if you got the Democrats in there? I just really can't understand it. People can't take yes for an answer. They can't take D for an answer. It's just one of those things. I mean, I think it's just the soy that they're taking. But anyway, I think this video is going on a little bit too long. So let me know what you think. If you want me to talk about anything else, just let me know. So thank you for watching the Liberty Loop, and I'll see you again soon.